Hello, and welcome to the Rangaroo cast with me, Rangaroo. And today we are gonna be doing a 2v2 on Wonsan Harbour. So, on the NATO side, we have Baago and Andor, while on the Redfor side, you have Errezued and Drang, and this is the naval version of the map, so we are gonna be seeing some naval play, hopefully. So, let's speed things up and get things going, Sari. Everyone plot me down, some markers, Mr. Baago heading to mid. Errezued's going to be heading to the crossroad up here. Pretty vital crossroad. If you hold this section of the town here, you hold Delta. And away we go. Nice fast start, just how I like it. We've got 2 MiG-23 MLDs, just like ALB. Getting 2 MiGs to try to keep skies clear, but there are no planes to shoot down. It's a bit of a race of money unless they kill some helicopters. Might be a good idea. We do have some lynxes going all the way down through the bottom. Along the harbour side, got a lynx also going to be capturing Foxtrot. Don't really see a lynx or helicopter CVs being used too often. Mig's going after a lynx, knocks one of him down out of the sky. And he gets a lynx CV before it could land, so pretty good use of his MiG-23s. If you're going to get planes early on, people, or at least try to shoot down a few helicopters to make him worthwhile. Try to stop a helicopter rush a bit. But at any rate, we do have SAS landing into the port side, and we have a Bertino firing off his napalm barrage, going to be blocking off the town here, and Redfor are going to be on garrison in, but Blufor are going through the top side, so they're going to have control over the top of Delta. Now we've got some BTR-80As, pretty nice unit. Nice autocannon unit. And Redfor hasn't really brought out too much. There's some infantry to hold down Delta. Now I'm going to get Nighthawked. Bada bing, bada boom! Taking out quite a few there in one rail pace swoop. And they haven't brought anything up to mid Redfor. And holding mid, even though it isn't entirely a capture point, and Delta should really be your main priority, it's always great to hold mid, as you don't want your enemy in Charlie whatsoever to try and even neutralise the point. They've got BTR-80s moving up, and they have a bunch of Bradleys here. It's good. Be pretty even, but they have riflemen with some AT4s, and those AT4s are going to knock those BTR-80s out of existence. MiG-23, so well, those MiG is doing strafing runs on the infantry. Pretty desperate use. Now Redfor, oh, blimey. Errezued has got a sovereignty, but it's a capital ship in the eyes. A giant bleeding ship. 500 points it costs to bring out his thing, so that's where they're spending their money on the naval part. It's going to be a pretty risky manoeuvre if they don't capture Foxtrot and, you know, start attacking into the side. NATO could clearly overwhelm them in Charlie and Delta. So it's really all going to be down to if they can take advantage of the naval part of the map. And this is one of those maps where I think it's quite hard to really take advantage of it. Because there's not too many landing zones. This whole harbour here, you can't land here. It's a bloody roll in your way. You can only land in a few select zones, like around here, over here, and this very thin strip here, and this very, very thin strip here. I think you can just barely get in yet. We have the SAS moving in through the port side. They're going to be getting at Pongai 3, or used to be known as the Never. Oh no, this is the Stroller version. The Pongai 2 is the Never. Yeah, it's nicely wedged in between those trucks, but it's not good enough camouflage, and the Royal Marines do knock it out. Now we've got some bit of infantry down in mid. Always quite good, just at least a little bit. Also some VDVs here. Nice unit to have, especially in this situation, so you've had long-range RPGs to knock out any vehicle that comes up around here. There's going to be a stalemate between between NATO and Redfor, as Redfor do have the bottom half, and Blufor can easily reinforce the top half thanks to this little road through the mountain here. So VDV's taking quite a big beating up. Nighthawks just having complete reign of the skies. Those MiG-23s need to get on it and start shooting them down. We've got some MIH trying to land, bringing in some more infantry into Charlie. Spotted a bunch of BTRs, and the Sovereignty think you can't really see too much from it. You can't shoot, you can't bombard areas anymore. That whole being able to fly in position and it would like clip through buildings and mountains, you can't do that anymore. So now you need direct line of sight if you want to blow someone's kingdom come. So it sort of makes these bigger ships a little bit more, you have to be a little bit more useless when trying to bombard. And we have an infantry landing in this little watercraft here. Water, river. Rogues flying over. They are just Chinooks. Or they're the mini, these are the mini Chinooks. C9s, I'm not entirely sure what they're called. I have Smoke RT, don't know why Smoke and Echo. There really no reason to do such a thing. But anyway, he smoked it. Got some Aslavs. Some more infantry coming out. And these BTRs is hugging through the bottom. It's kind of hard to find infantry in these naval ports here, thanks to the fact that you have all these cargo containers, and anyone could just be hiding in one of these little alleys, and it's quite a pain to try and find them, especially in Foxtrot where the whole cargo container situation is, well, there's a lot more cargo containers and a lot of, it's a bleeding maze, long story short. Now the command infantry, I like what he did here. He put them right near the Grizzly, so if he were to encounter danger, he can pack up and GTFO, and that's what he did. The Blufor are moving up a bit onto Charlie with some Delta Force guys. Want to move up the SAS and try to help out with the fighting. Now Delta Force, they are quite potent special forces, as many people dislike them because they have that rubbish law. Their infantry killing weapons are pretty nice, and they're cheap, they're only like 25 points, which is very cheap for a special forces squad. Before taking on the JKDs, and we have Riflemen managing to break through the top part of Delta, heading down bottom, and there's not too many mods directly here left. A lot of them been battered by our early Nighthawk run. These Eugenes is right up in the river valley. Right up here. And Jacko dies. Oh, he's so close to the command infantry. Can he even see it? No. Oh, now he can. And that's going to be an RPG to the face, and the place does get neutralized. Now, unfortunately, sovereignties are sort of going to be a sit and duck here. Not really going to be able to do anything. They can't even capture the point. So, Redfor's main concern right now, I'd say, is to try to capture so they can start bringing units behind the Blufor and try to encroach Echo. Just apply pressure in different areas. Now, they have Royal Marines and SAS still here. That's in a nice scouting position. See anything that comes up all the way around here. If you're going to move them up maybe into Alpha, try to get a few kills. Bradley moving through. Going to be a nice ambush position. Oh, MiG-23 going in for a gun run, stunning it so the BTR-90s can finish it off. So let's say like a makeshift use for an interceptor as a gun runner. It's Humvee actually doing quite a bit to the Mox Drackley thanks to his nice little grenade launcher on top. And Redfor are moving up a bunch of guys into Charlie. More Jacko dies. More VDVs. More Mox Drackley to try and retake the point. And Blufor are moving in quite hard. Got quite a lot of AA. Stormer, Chaparral, Marksman, and Nighthawk. A lot of AA. An awful lot, considering this is a 2v2. They could use a little bit more ground force. Maybe a tank or two. A bit more infantry, because now Redfor are starting to bring up the infantry. It'll be quite hard for him to counter. Or we have Canadian F-18s with harpoons here. I don't think the Sovereignty will be able to take that much punishment as it goes on. The leader here is not a great anti-plane ship or great CIWS ship. So yeah, Sovereignty is going to be taking a lot of punishment. But to be honest, it won't really matter too much if they lose it or not. I mean, it can't really do too much here, and NATO don't have Foxtrot secured, so they can't bring out any boats. Or we have a nuke Vark dropping its 8,000 kilogram payload onto the infantry here. Wait, has it been reduced to 4,000? Because I only count, like, that's like 3 bombs. Did they reduce his payload? Yeah, they must have reduced it. Huh. Got Bradley's moving through. More riflemen. Seems like both sides, yeah, really liking expensive transports. They're Bradleys, they're BTRs. Really expensive infantry, and it's more quantity or more quality over quantity is their game so far, is what I'm saying. BTR 80. And yeah, Bradley's gonna knock him out. Got artillery, 2 AS-90s, very heavy artillery piece for the British faction, a very nice artillery piece as well, thanks to its insane accuracy, I believe, really good accuracy. And now Blufor do have Delta under control. They really need to start capturing Echo and Goth, because if they capture both, it might be a +2 advantage. And right now, Redfor are in the lead. The Blufor really need every single advantage they can get at the moment, because there's Sot in the middle isn't going too well thanks to Redfor's giant infantry force. Yeah, nuke fuck. Oh no, it still has its 8,000 kilogram payload. Only dropped 3 last time. How peculiar. Right, it still has its insane bombs, and it's going to be dropping them. This time, all 8,000. And as Jacko dies. Yeah, nuke fuck, never get towed. Never get towed, Gina, just completely devastating area. And the AS-90 is going to bombard it for good luck. MiG-23 a little bit too late on the call. The bad thing about these short-range interceptors is first off they get shot down, and secondly is that because they're short range, you have to have them in the air before the bomber comes. Because if you see the bomber coming, and you bring it out, by the time the bomber is already going to have its payload dropped off before you can actually get behind him. While the more advanced, like F-18s and F-15s, more advanced medium to short range interceptors, they can usually come in while the bombers, you can usually bring them out a little bit more later, and you can still get a few shots off. Bizarro's right now, and oh, we have a bunch of BHL-63s, and they are dropping in quite a lot of like napalm rocket artillery. Yeah, this is Chinese napalm. The Chinese makes it burnt, you know. And it's just completely covered a giant area here. That's going to help them keep Blufor at bay. Strike Eagle coming in. 4,000 kilograms. And Ed is going to be constantly selling this area, which is completely devoid. Actually, never mind, I got the VDVs. Just right on the edge here. And it's really not looking good for Pac. They're not taking advantage of... Oh, they do have 2 things that OKR starting to take advantage of it. Never mind, they got an MI8 with command infantry and some more ground or naval ground infantry guys being brought up. He really needs to get that MI8 into Foxtrot right now. Start capturing it. Get some nice points and moolah. You got Bradley's going around the flank. Gonna be engaged on the VDVs and just moving in right up. Also, note that both sides haven't used tanks at all. It's just been infantry carriers and infantry. Not even really helicopters, it's transport helicopters. It's a very infantry mechanized play from both of these teams so far. More infantry coming in from NATO. Okay, some Bradleys. And these guys, you can't land here, gentlemen. Hey, that's gonna unload them, yeah, but he's gonna have to drive all the way around here or here if you want to actually get them onto shore. And the MI finally coming in, he's gonna be able to capture Foxtrot. There's nothing close by that can take him down, so he's gonna easily grab this point all for himself. And that's gonna be a nice easy claim for Redfor. Bradley's here. And there goes Andor. There goes one of the Blufor players. I think that's probably going to be GG for Blufor looking at the time. I'm going to speed this up a wee bit. But yeah, Blufor still could win. They're moving up into Bravo. Redfor don't have that many. Okay, you have these two CVs and running Bravo. But yeah, really not looking good for Blufor at the moment. Now that's camping Redfor's air route, and Redfor are moving up into Gulf. They got a bunch of infantry guys now coming up right through the flank. Oh, they've been neutralised, but they do know rail infantry to get so we're going to deal with them ASAP. Yeah, MI8's landed in right into the heart of Gulf. Yeah, there goes some VDVs and those TAPCOMs, those SAS. Those AS-90s, it won't be enough, especially if the MIH and all the SAS are not garrisoned inside the building. So the MIHs are just going to tear them up. The VDV's long range on the AS-90. Now this is probably going to be a good game for Redfor. That transport just stunning the Eurofighter a little bit. SS holding on quite well. And more infantry coming up. More Blufor infantry in helicopters. TACOMs have been spotted. And they are going to kill the command squad in Echo with the Redfor landing craft. Very nice landing craft, as they do have 25mm cannons into the 50 cals. It's not an accurate 25mm cannon, but it's still a lot of damage. And just before this ends, just look at the mess of the map. It's a complete mess. We have Redfor guys all the way over here. We got Blufor guys all the way over here. It's just there's no clear front lines at all, to be honest. It's just a bloody giant chaotic mess. I just want to note that before this ends in 20 seconds. But yeah, will be a good game. And Redfor are going to be the victors of that. Bringing out, again, a nice good KD, 1,500 more than Blufor. And really, it's just, once again, Runslide completely ignored the naval sector. And even when Redfor, they weren't even really concentrating on the naval sector. They just brought out a few landing craft, a sovereignty, which is really bleeding expensive. 500 points, very dedicated for controlling the sea. And just, they got a command infantry, some normal infantry landing carriers, plot them onto Foxtrot, good game. And just, you need to focus on your naval points. If it's a naval map, get boats, just get a few at least, because it always happens. In the last few replays, teams have always lost because they forgot about the navy. But yeah, very good game from Redfor, bringing that back. And that is going to be another cast for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.